Hi, I'm Dr. George Smolinski, and welcome to the Best Virtual Assistants course on Udemy. I'm so excited for you because right now you're going to learn exactly how to liberate your life with virtual assistants. I'm so excited for you because if you're anything like me, right now you're overwhelmed. Don't worry, I was like you a few years ago. I was just overwhelmed by everything I had to do. And that's why this course is so great, because it's going to teach you everything you need to know about finding a virtual assistant, hiring one, interviewing one, how to work with them. It's going to teach you everything you need to know. Everything I know about virtual assistants, I'm going to teach you, and I know a lot. I'm one of the top 10% Odesk clients, and I've used over 36 virtual assistants to do just about everything. And that's why I'm so excited, because you're going to know everything I know. And you're going to be able to go out and find a virtual assistant to supercharge your productivity and to liberate your life. So, let's get started. Let's get started by hearing a bit about my story. I want to tell you my story because, well, I think there's a lot of things that you might identify with. I think there's a lot of negative things that I did a few years ago that you might be doing too, that you can see that need to be changed so that you can supercharge your productivity and liberate your life. So, without further ado, let's get started with Lesson 1. Virtual assistants is the biggest business opportunity of our generation. Don't miss out. Here's my story and how I woke up to a new world. A few short years ago, I was trapped. It seems like an eternity ago now, but not that long ago, I found myself trapped with, I thought, no way out. Superficially, I was doing great. I was running a medical clinic. I had just passed my second board certification exam a short while ago. I was seeing patients and making differences in people's lives. I was a father to 3 young boys and a husband to a fantastic wife. I had worked extremely hard to get where I was. Maybe not as hard as these guys, but I was miserable and I couldn't figure out why. I couldn't figure out why it seemed like I was spinning in circles, and I felt that I had 10 endless task lists that just never got done. I felt like I needed 2 or 3 of me to get everything I needed done. Sound familiar? The worst part about all this was not knowing why. Why was I feeling this way? Then it all changed and I finally figured it out. I was miserable and exhausted because I had built everything to revolve around me and I didn't have the help I needed to get things done. Decision-making flowed only through me and it left me exhausted. Administrative tasks? Sure, I'd do them no matter how trivial they were. If the devil was in the details, I'd certainly found him and I felt like I was working myself into an early grave. But then there was light. I found light in reading Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek. I was searching for the other way, and I found it. Chapter 8 of his book, Outsourcing Life, hit me like a ton of bricks. I was floored. These people had all the help they needed, and they were truly living their lives. How are they doing it? How are they able to live wherever they wanted around the world? How are they able to actually accomplish the big tasks at work and not have to worry about the minutiae getting done? 2 words, virtual assistants. Immediately, I set to work finding myself a virtual assistant. It took some work, but I finally found Angeline, my first virtual assistant. She changed my life. She changed my life personally and professionally and has even made our family life better. She has done so much for me that has allowed me to do some pretty amazing things like traveling with my family all over Europe and eating at the best restaurants and seeing the best sights. We've stayed at the most family-friendly ski resorts in the Alps, and she's helped me get my kids set up with ski lessons. She's freed up time for me so that I could pursue my passions like mountain biking. She's freed up enough time that I've been able to train enough to get a couple podium finishes, which that's not too bad for a guy in his mid-30s. The best thing she does, though, is not accomplishing the big tasks like planning a family vacation, but in getting all the small things taken care of so that I don't have to worry about getting them done, and I don't have to spend my time doing them. That feeling of having someone there devoted to you and available to rely on is just incredible. Branching out from Angeline, I thought maybe there were other areas of my life that I could outsource. I needed to write a few articles on medical conditions, so I went out and found a virtual assistant to help me find applicable journal articles for me to read and use in the article that I was writing. Right there, I saved close to 5 hours of searching online and sifting through the appropriate articles. I contacted the VA, and 2 days later, I had 10 PDFs of those articles that he found for me in my inbox. I gave him the subject of what I was researching and nothing else, and he came up with 10 great articles while I had been busy doing other things. This was the secret, and I had found it. I had found someone to do the work I needed to do while I was working on other tasks. I cloned a part of myself and doubled my productivity. It was amazing. So, why is outsourcing fundamental to business success? I will say that no business in the 21st century will survive without outsourcing. The other thing outsourcing does is it gives you more time to do things like this. That's me snowboarding in Switzerland after I'd hired my first VA. In essence, by leveraging the best in technology and the best in virtual assistants, I've been able to accomplish the work of 2 George Smolinski and MDs, and I've been able to liberate my life to follow my passions. Now I get up in the morning and read on Trello that Doa is putting together all of my posts from 4-Hour Physician on cloud storage to compose a special report for my subscribers. Angeline in the Philippines has submitted my airline ticket stubs from a recent trip to my United Airlines account, and Jeet in India blew me away with a superb cover design for one of my ebooks. If you haven't realized this yet, I've been able to liberate my life by using VAs. Remember, in life, you have 3 basic elements: time, money, and health. Health can always be improved, and you can always make more money. But you know what you can't make more of? Time. As such, time is your most valuable asset, and virtual assistants can help you make the most of this precious asset. Again, virtual assistants are the biggest business opportunity of our generation, and I think this is absolutely true. They help get things done for your business so that you're working on your business, not in your business. You're doing the big things for your business: building a brand, contacting your subscribers, interacting with customers, while they're taking care of email lists, setting up your appointments, make sure that all of the blog updates are up to date on your WordPress site. They're doing that stuff so that you can focus on the big things. And every business that is going to survive in the 21st century needs someone to do those things. I myself have taken full advantage of this opportunity, and I've replicated what Tim Ferriss has done to supercharge his productivity. My goal is now to help you replicate what I've done so that you too can free your time and liberate your life. This video is going to teach you everything you need to know about hiring a virtual assistant so that you too can replicate what I've done. This set of video lessons is going to liberate your life. So get ready, buckle up, because we're about to get started. So how can a virtual assistant help your business? In today's business and professional environments, the art of maximizing productivity and efficiency is always a primary concern. Many times, business owners and busy professionals can become completely overwhelmed with the various tasks involved in managing their day-to-day operations, causing them to spend more time in maintenance mode instead of making actual progress with their business. Keeping an email inbox up to date, screening or returning phone calls, managing an appointment calendar, and booking travel arrangements are just a few examples of the low-value, time-consuming, non-value-added tasks that are common for most business professionals. Although these tasks need to be completed, they can put a damper on your ability to focus on the activities that actually advance your business and contribute to your bottom line. For those of us old enough to remember, 20 or 30 years ago, seemingly everyone had a secretary, but now, in the era of cost cutting, corporations and businesses have eliminated a lot of these positions, foisting these secretarial tasks on the end user, you. In essence, this practice has actually decreased our productivity, but thanks to technological advances in the last decade, regaining that vital assistance through virtual assistants is now back within our means. This guy, 19th century Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto is credited with a powerful concept known as the Pareto Principle. That states that 80% of your results come from only 20% of your efforts. Unfortunately, most business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals end up spending the majority of their time focusing on the 80% of their efforts, like email, appointments, and other non-value-added tasks that produce little to no long-term results. This happens primarily because they lack the help they need to handle all of these low-value tasks, and that prevents them from focusing exclusively on the high-value tasks and focusing on their passions. For this reason, hiring a virtual assistant is one of the wisest business decisions that a business owner, an entrepreneur, or any busy professional can make. Indubitably, if you can spend the vast majority of your time on that 20% of your tasks, not only will your income increase, but your stress level will decrease as you're focusing on being maximally productive and doing what you love. Why hire a virtual assistant? Well, the short answer is that they will allow you to focus. Focus on doing what you do best and focusing on what you truly enjoy doing while they take care of the other activities that you either don't do well or you really don't enjoy. Some of the most brilliant, creative, and talented business owners, professionals, and entrepreneurs in the world will readily admit that they are terrible at keeping track of administrative aspects of their businesses. However, these folks recognize that their time is valuable, and they choose not to spend their time struggling to complete tasks that they either do not do well or don't even want to do in the first place. Instead, these wise men and women invest their time performing tasks that play to their strengths and passions, and consequently, they enlist the help of others to take care of everything else. Hiring a virtual assistant will enable you to adopt that same practice. Offload those tasks that you don't perform well or don't care to perform, and enable you to perform better and focus on your strengths and your passions. They free your time to help liberate your life. I'll use myself as an example of this. I'm the father of now 4 young boys, husband, full-time physician, entrepreneur, snowboarder, and mountain biker. Through the utilization of fantastic virtual assistants, I've been able to not only do all of these things, but do them well. It does no good to be the person who has 50 irons in the fire, none of which get hot. I'm always looking for new projects and ideas, and have an intense creative desire. And by leveraging technology and working with my virtual assistants, I can excel in my passions, play to my strengths, and have fun with my life. I've freed my time to liberate my life, and that's exactly what I'm going to do for you by taking this lesson. Importantly, virtual assistants also allow rapid scaling of your business. If you have a successful business, you're obviously going to have more and more customers or clients that come to call on your services. How can you accommodate this influx, especially in today's climate where information spreads virally and you need to hire more support staff immediately? Virtual assistants, being easy to hire, utilizing the methods that I will describe in this course, can allow for rapid scaling of your business, allowing you to help these customers more effectively and more efficiently. I'm also passionate about learning new things that are personally or professionally satisfying for me. Conversely, I definitely don't want to waste my time learning something in detail when only a broad general knowledge will do. This is where virtual assistants can help out tremendously as well. A virtual assistant can be extraordinarily beneficial because they have expertise in certain areas that you can leverage to your benefit. They can expertly accomplish tasks that would take you hours, days, or even weeks to learn, but become proficient in performing. It's often said that expertise in a particular skill takes 10,000 hours of performing that skill, whether that's snowboarding, managing people in a leadership role, or performing an appendectomy. Do you have 10,000 hours to learn the expertise needed to establish and run a website? Even less demanding tasks, like incorporating video into PowerPoint presentations, takes time to learn, and an extremely valuable use of your time is to let someone else do it. Let a virtual assistant do it instead. So, what is a virtual assistant? Well, the short answer is that they're going to be your lifesaver. A typical virtual assistant, though, is an independent contractor who performs administrative tasks and provides specialized services to businesses, entrepreneurs, and other busy professionals. A virtual assistant usually possesses a solid set of secretarial, technical, clerical, or creative skills that enables them to perform a variety of services to businesses. For the most part, virtual assistants are hired by small and medium-sized businesses, but even one-person solopreneurs can benefit from their skills. Additionally, they are often hired by professionals including physicians, lawyers, management consultants, accountants, stockbrokers, and other specialized occupations. Many businesses and entrepreneurs choose to utilize the services of a virtual assistant in order to decrease their overhead, as the costs of hiring a full-time employee may prove to be prohibitive when you take into account expenses like payroll tax, health insurance, and other factors. The current economic downturn has ramped up the demand for virtual assistants, since businesses are being forced to employ more creative means to carry on their daily operations, while at the same time keeping costs low. Virtual assistants are typically referred to as online virtual assistants as well, because the primary channels they utilize for communication and data transmission are the internet, via email, instant messaging, Google Chat, or web conferencing, as well as through telephone via voice over internet provider services such as Skype. Most virtual assistants will also employ the use of web-based data storage and retrieval services like Google Drive, Evernote, and Dropbox, in order to facilitate an easy means of sending and receiving important files. In the majority of cases, a virtual assistant is not considered to be your employee in a strict technical sense. Rather, they are considered to be an independent contractor or a consultant that you would hire to work for a certain number of hours per month and have available on an as-needed basis for when tasks arise, or hire just to complete specific projects. This is an additional benefit to businesses as well, because if the relationship doesn't work out, they could terminate the virtual assistant without any of the human resources headaches that are common to handling employee terminations. Clearly, a virtual assistant can bring several significant advantages to your business or your profession. Aside from the obvious benefit of saving you time with administrative tasks, a virtual assistant can bring a fresh set of eyes to your business and even act as a sounding board for your plans and ideas. My personal virtual assistant, Angeline, has helped me on a number of tasks and provided me with a lot of valuable insight. Most recently, I've had a large project that I've been working on, and she, having worked for other entrepreneurs as well, has been able to utilize the knowledge gained from her other contracting jobs to help me improve my project. Remember, your virtual assistant is an expert in their field, and as such, if there's a particular problem that you, your company, or anyone else in your close circle is facing with a particular issue, there's probably a good chance that your virtual assistant has seen a similar problem before and can offer helpful advice. Although hiring a virtual assistant does offer many benefits, this does not mean that all your problems are going to be magically wiped away. As a matter of fact, without a specific plan set in place to help the virtual assistant understand their role and the function within your business, well, you could end up with even more on your plate. The lack of a well-thought-out strategy to not only hire, interview, and start working with a virtual assistant, but then forging a long-term relationship can produce a situation where you'll be trying to keep your business afloat while simultaneously putting out fires resulting from errors in communication with your virtual assistant. That's why this video lesson series is so vital, because it's going to teach you everything from A to Z. How to find a virtual assistant, how to interview a virtual assistant, how to hire and pay a virtual assistant, and finally, how to work with a virtual assistant. Again, I'll be discussing all of this in this course and offer specific tips and guidance to maximize your relationship with your VA.